Oh, wait. Welcome back to the discussion on gangs and community violence, etc. This is 3 C's of me. We're just going to jump right back into this. Oh, is that okay? Okay. Okay, thanks. So, if somebody is struggling to survive in the environment that they're in, we can change the environment, right? Like, hey, Child Protective Services, come over here. This child is in danger. Do something. Okay, well, we can take them out of the home, house them in a taxpayer-funded hotel room until we find a host family in which they will stay until a family member takes responsibility for them, or a foster family takes them in for a period of time, or they are adopted. Did you say taxpayer-funded? What? No. You're gonna uproot them from stability and consistency until an adult decides they're worth the time and money to take care of them. Why can't you just take care of them? Are you gonna give us more money? Higher taxes? Tyranny. Tyranny, I say. Tyranny. Okay, so we see a kid's in danger. What are our options? One, we can call the state to come in and systematically ruin their life. Or two, we can go straight to the parent and say, hey, you're doing a bad job and your child is in danger. Or three, what's the third option? If you see a kid in danger, you call the police, or those are two options? Really? What else can you do? You give them money? Like, that's not creepy. That's not shady. We have this weird dichotomy. Like, if a parent is doing a bad job, you really can't say anything to the parent, but you can call the police and have the state come and investigate them. However, if the state doesn't deem that the child is in danger, according to their standards, then nothing happens. Then what? Nonprofit, you get in here. Come fix this. Okay, well, I need money. Greed, corruption. Do you want help or not? You need to do this, do it good. Fix the world's problems, but only with the lowest budget. Fix the biggest problems in the world with the lowest budget in the world. No, okay, I guess. Sure, fine. What are we doing to our communities? Why does it cost $35,000 to adopt a kid, and like $500 to $1,000 to abort a kid? Why are people having kids without having the finances to care for them? Why don't we teach about contraception? Can they not afford a 50-cent condom? How is it possible? Especially if they receive welfare. Free condoms are everywhere. Like, are we really okay with saying, like, they don't have access to contraception, so we need to give them free government-paid for abortions? Why? Why not just make the government pay for unlimited condoms? That's 50 cents for 300 million condoms for life, or $500 to $3,000 for every single abortion. Not every single, but I mean, like, how many abortions were there? According to the CDC, there were 652,639 legally performed abortions in 2014. Holy cow. That's sobering. Should we have like a moment of silence for the 600,000 people? Oh, wait, well, they're not people because they're not born yet, so no, it's fine. What's the big deal? Why is that a big deal? You know what's a big deal? Guns. Guns are a big deal. Oh, so you want people to have better access to mental health to lower suicide rates? No, take away all the guns. Less guns, less suicides. Look it up. Of course, if you take away the guns, there will be less shootings and completed suicides. Right, okay, so according to the studies in the CDC, there's more completed suicide when the suicidal person has easy access to a gun. Yes, about 11,000 more suicides. Cool, yeah. Take away all the guns and you lower the suicide and homicide rate by 25,000 people a year. That sounds pretty good, but that doesn't counterbalance that does not counterbalance the 300,000 to 5 million lives saved by guns. Guns save more lives than there are abortions performed in the United States on average per year. Let that sink in, Planned Parenthood. More people will die if you take away all of the guns than will be saved by taking away all the guns if you get rid of 25 to arguably 32,000. Because 32,000 is like how many people die by guns overall, and that includes the suicides and the homicides and the murder through self-defense. But you're willing to trade the 300,000 to 5 million for those 25 to 32. Also, 90% of attempted suicides, those people aren't using firearms. People are still trying and succeeding at killing themselves without guns. So what makes more sense? Take away every single thing that a person can use to kill themselves, or find out why they're trying to kill themselves? If your child is using things to hurt themselves, do you take away every single possible thing that they're going to use to hurt themselves? Or do you deal with the reason that they're trying to hurt themselves? You take away the sharp object, and then you deal with the root causes. Make sure they're safe, and then you sit down and talk about your feelings. Okay, fair enough, but do you really think that you're going to take away 300 million guns in a couple of days with a couple of laws, and that suicides and homicides are just going to drop next week and there'll be no repercussions or unforeseen consequences? No, you're going to start a civil war if you try to do that, okay? Again, we spend all this time beating our heads up against this wall trying to take away the guns to save more lives than they take, or like when we could actually be talking about why people are miserable in this country to the point of joining gangs and committing suicide. So why? Why is this a thing? It's not about race. It predates the political parties. It can't be Trump. Sorry. It's not Trump's fault. Why are individuals and families and communities so broken? And why won't you make the government pay for adoption like you want them to pay for abortion, or to make the government pay for ending human trafficking? Why doesn't the government subsidize those things instead of paying for abortions and ending those lives? And if you want to make college for everyone, why not free mental health for everyone? Also, college doesn't make people smarter. Smarter people go to college. Guns aren't the problem, since 90% of suicidal acts are not gun-related. I'll give it to you. Increase the guns and you increase the amount of successful suicides. But suicide should not be the only thing we focus on, and neither should homicide, neither should gang violence. But man, if you want to save human life, maybe we should start taking a look at those abortion numbers and those homicides involving drugs, and not so much on the suicides. Some food for thought. What do you think? Disagree with me? Comment nicely in the comment section. Like, dislike, share. Most importantly, subscribe and watch this video all the way through. I don't know which one's more important. The minutes matter, people. The minutes really do matter. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. Share your thoughts and your opinions. Am I wrong? Am I off my rocker? I probably am. That's fine. But hey, you know what? We're all a little strange. But we can do that and we can be cool at the same time. So, until my next video, I want you to be cool and be reasonable people. Out.